Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Retail Theft Now More Profitable Than Careers in Law or Medicine. Before we begin, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new episode. Also, it would be great if you could post a link to today's episode of our show on all your social media to help us get the word out about the show. Now, let's get started. So let me ask you a hypothetical question. Were you one of those people who went to college and got an undergraduate degree? Then you continued with your education and became a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, maybe a dentist. Maybe you wanted to become a software engineer so you could make a couple of $100,000 a year working for a major firm. Now you're working 50 or 60 hours a week and taking home what you thought was a nice living. Well, guess what other people are doing? There are teenagers out there who are robbing stores and other businesses, and they're making $50,000 to $100,000 an hour. And that's only if they hit one store a day. In some large cities, they'll even hit several stores a day and make much more. These people are then selling their stolen goods online at a 50% discount and making a fortune. And some of these crews have their own warehouses where they store millions of dollars of stolen items and prepare them for sale online or at flea markets or just on the streets. Some of these organizations have multiple crews, multiple teams combing the city, driving to other cities. You know, if they've hit 3 or 4 or 5 stores in the city this week, next week they'll drive to another city. And then after that, they'll drive another 30 or 40 miles and repeat the cycle. Rob, steal, sell the stuff online or at a flea market. Are you saying to yourself that street theft is too violent and dangerous to get involved in? Well, let's take a look at that hypothesis. It's not nearly as dangerous as selling drugs on a street corner for 10 hours a day so you can make $200. That's really what the guys on the streets make, $200 to $300 a day maximum. The rest goes right up to the boss. What about somebody snitching on you? That's got to be a real dangerous threat if you're in the drug business, right? Well, most of these street theft teams use 13 or 14-year-old teenagers that aren't even being held when they're caught. They're just turned over to the parents who take them home and often split up the stolen money with them because it's the only way to put food on the table. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that the career longevity of a street thief isn't very long. It's only a matter of time before they get shot in the head or end up in jail, right? Sooner or later, they must get caught. They must get tossed in jail. Wrong. That's what it was like 3 to 4 years ago. Now, prosecutors and attorney generals are setting them free within an hour or two of them being arrested. Now let's do some math. Let's say you make $200,000 a year, and the taxes and living expenses takes, a half to 2/3 of that. Let's say if you're really managing your money well, you get to put 50 grand in your savings account each year or in your stock portfolio or wherever you save your money. That means that if you work really hard and you don't get laid off by your company for the next 20 years, and then when you're fat and bald and out of shape and you're an alcoholic because of the stress, just maybe you'll have $1 million set aside, right? Now, let's compare that to the career lifespan, and earning potential of a 14-year-old street thief or retail robber. If you and your criminal buddies hit just 4 or 5 retail establishments a week, as well as steal some cars on your free time, when you're not playing video games, then you can easily net 50 grand a week, no matter how slow or lazy or high you are. That means that in 5 months, you'll have made $1 million cash without working more than an hour or 2 a day. And you don't have to pay taxes to the government. You know what you can do? You can buy a house with that money, with just some of that money, for your mom or your family. You can start buying real estate to build up your investment portfolio. And if you do get caught at some point, it's not a big deal, because if a prosecutor or DA does decide to prosecute you, later when you're older, you can hire a lawyer and have your criminal record expunged. But by then, you'll own half a dozen to a dozen houses, or maybe invest in some other kind of business. Or maybe you can even run for Los Angeles City Council or become the next district attorney and help more criminals in Los Angeles or New York or San Francisco get away with crime. Well, welcome to the new America. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified. And also, do us a huge favor and post a link of today's episode on your social media to help us get the word out about the John Ark Show. Thank you again, and have a great day. Bye-bye.